Many powerful individuals were in the Sun Moon Empire's surprise attack, grievously injured. No wonder the Star Luo generation was almost completely wiped out. Someone is trying to break through to the Super Dao Luo level. The top-tier humans within a 100 li radius are all retreating and gathering. Medicine Immortal Dao Luo Wang Xianer was from the same era as Muan and Long Xiaoyao. For many years, he has been guarding the Star Luo Empire. As he got older, now approaching 200 years old, he has at most 10 years of life left. Just now, the life force that Huo Yuhao reverse infused into his body brought him a miracle, allowing him to advance once more. His cultivation level increased by 1 rank, which means his life can be extended. For several decades, Elder Mu, with his limit Dao Luo cultivation, only lived for a little over 200 years. Mainly, it was because the trauma he suffered in his youth was too severe. Meanwhile, Long Xiaoyao and Yi Shishui are still alive and well. If nothing unexpected happens, they will have no problem living to 300 years old. After a brief moment of surprise, the medicine Immortal Dao Luo immediately increased his output of life force to Huo Yuhao. Wang Xianer marveled to himself. If Huo Yuhao's life force belonged to him, then he believed he would definitely have a chance to reach the limit Dao Luo level in the future. To him, pure life force could be directly converted into soul power. After it was over, Wang Xianer took Huo Yuhao back to the main camp. The people from Shrek also followed him back to the camp, having recaptured the Mingdou mountain range. Their mission in the Star Luo Empire was basically complete. As for what comes next, how the Star Luo Empire will deploy troops against the Sun Moon Empire, that is the White Tiger Duke's concern. After returning, Su Sanchi said to everyone will take turns watching over him. Girls are more attentive. Gai, before dawn I'll leave him to you. Then it's Kyuki. The rest of you go back and rest. Since Huo Yuhao was seriously injured and unconscious, Su Sanchi naturally became the leader. Everyone left. Walking out, Yigai couldn't help but sigh softly. Yuhao, please get well soon. I know I've never been in your heart, and you'll never like me, but I don't know why. Having this chance to be alone with you, to take care of you, I actually feel very happy. Am I being foolish? Yigai smiled. She brought a basin of water and placed it beside Huo Yuhao. Using a towel, she carefully wiped the blood stains from his face. In a short while, the blood stains on Huo Yuhao's face were gone. Yigai raised her hand wanting to touch his face, but her palm hovered above his face, and in the end did not touch him. Outside the tent, Tang Wadong stood there, quietly sighing in relief. When he left the tent just now, he kept telling himself, he's already in that condition. Nothing will happen between him and Yigai. But after returning to his own tent, he just couldn't calm down. So he quietly walked back and peeked from outside the tent. He happened to see Yigai wiping Huo Yuhao's face. He even wanted to rush in at one point, but he quickly came to his senses. Why am I like this? He and I have no relationship. Why should I care about him? Why do I feel unhappy when others are nice to him? The next day, Wang Xianer came to Huo Yuhao's tent early in the morning to check on his condition again, just as he had judged yesterday. After absorbing Huo Yuhao's life force, he finally broke through a years-long bottleneck. Going from level 95 to 96 was incredibly difficult. It had taken him nearly 60 years to finally take this step. This surprise undoubtedly came from Huo Yuhao. That's why he came so early in the morning. Although he didn't need to treat Huo Yuhao, he had to ensure as much as possible that no problems would arise during his recovery. It was his way of repaying the favor. Yigai hadn't slept all night. Watching Wang Xianer's examination, she couldn't help but ask Senior Medicine Immortal, "How is Yuhao?" Wang Xianer said with a faint smile, "Little girl, your concern is clouding your judgment. You have a knot of stagnant energy in your body. It's because of him, isn't it? I can feel that. Your martial soul shares a common origin with mine. Fine, I'll help you out." The medicine Immortal Dao Luo raised his left hand and gently pressed it on the center of Yigai's chest. Yigai felt a stream of cool soul power enter her body. It felt very pleasant. The knot in Yigai's heart untangled. She couldn't help but tear up. He already has someone he loves. Perhaps what I like is his devotion to the one he loves. The medicine Immortal Dao Luo sighed softly. You young people, this thing called love is the hardest to understand. I was the same when I was young. But you don't have to possess the person you love. Otherwise, you'll be depressed for the rest of your life. You must learn to let go. Understand? Yigai nodded, but her gaze still couldn't help but drift towards Huo Yuhao. Wang Xianer smiled faintly. He knew that matters of the heart couldn't be resolved with just a few words from him. The life force in Huo Yuhao's body is extremely vast. With his powerful self-healing ability, he will be fully recovered in 10 days at most. hearing that he would be well in 10 days. Yigai couldn't help but jump for joy. Just then Non-Kyuki walked in from outside. Seeing that Huo Yuhao was in the same state as last night, a hint of disappointment showed on her face. The medicine immortal Douluo smiled. You two like the same person. If it doesn't work out, won't you both be in pain? But you're doing better. At least you haven't developed. Non-Kyuki blushed and said, Senior, please don't tease me. I don't like this guy. It's Sister Gai who likes him. The medicine immortal Douluo replied. If I couldn't even tell that you like him, then I would have lived for over 100 years for nothing. I can't meddle in you young people's affairs. Remember, don't touch him. It will be troublesome if the meridians in his body get displaced. After saying this, the medicine immortal Douluo left. What's so great about this guy? Who likes him? He's so mysterious all day long. He's not even 20 years old, yet he acts like a man in his 40s or 50s. Yigai said very seriously. Perhaps we really should let it go. He can never belong to us. Next, then it was Zhang Nanan and Jing Ziyan. At night it was Tang Wutong's turn. Su Sanchi specifically told Tang Wadong, Yuhao's clothes are covered in blood stains. It's not good for his body. Help him change his clothes tonight. Tang Wadong subconsciously agreed. By the time he realized it was inconvenient for a girl to change a boy's clothes, Su Sanchi had already left. He wanted to call Su Sanchi back, but the words never left his mouth. A smile appeared on Su Sanchi's face. Yuhao, third brother is helping you so much. You have to get well soon. Tang Wadong brought a basin of clean water and a clean towel. Then he prepared to unfasten Huo Yuhao's clothes. Tang Wutong's face turned bright red. Undressing a man was just too embarrassing. Tang Wadong released a layer of gentle soul power, gently lifting Huo Yuhao's body, and took off his shirt. Then with a towel soaked in warm water, he carefully wiped away the blood. The sweat on his forehead began to bead. Tang Wadong wasn't sweating from fatigue, but because he was too nervous. Huo Yuhao's entire upper body, under Tang Wutong's careful cleaning. After finishing this, Tang Wadong giggled. So, I do know how to take care of people. If Dad finds out, I wonder how he'll react. But he soon realized. An awkward problem. What should I do about his lower body? Tang Wadong walked to the tent entrance and looked outside. After making sure no one was around, he walked back. After taking a few deep breaths, he covered Huo Yuhao's lower body with a blanket. Then he used soul power to lift Huo Yuhao's body, and slowly pulled his pants down. Soon Huo Yuhao's blood stains on his legs were also cleaned, but there was still a part left to clean. What about the remaining part? After a moment of hesitation, he went and got Su Sanchi. When Su Sanchi saw Huo Yuhao's situation, he almost burst out laughing. But on the surface he remained very calm. Guozi's second-hand new energy. Source direct saves you more money. Su Sanchi helped clean Huo Yuhao, and put a pair of clean pants on him. Only then did he call Tang Wadong back in. Tang Wadong looked at Huo Yuhao's clean appearance. He suddenly felt a great sense of accomplishment. This guy sure is sleeping soundly, making me so tired. Humph, when he wakes up I'll deal with him. Tang Wadong sat by the bed, and gradually fell asleep. Huo Yuhao suddenly moved, his right hand hooked around Tang Wutong's fingers. The next day when Tang Wadong woke up, he found their fingers were intertwined. Tang Wadong was shocked. What did I do last night? He quickly pulled his hand back, his face turning bright red. Just then, Su Sanchi and Zhang Nanan walked in, and at a glance saw the blushing Tang Wadong. Tang Wadong nodded at them, and hurried outside. Zhang Nanan was a little confused. Why does Wadong look like he's fleeing in a panic? Su Sanchi chuckled mischievously. Who knows? Anyway, with Yuhao in this state, he can't do anything bad even if he wanted to. Huo Yuhao recovered very quickly. He woke from his deep sleep that very afternoon. Tang Wadong actually became jealous of Wang Donger. The body sect was beaten into a steady retreat. Over 2/3 of the Heaven Soul Empire's territory was conquered by the Sun Moon Empire. We now continue from where we left off. Huo Yuhao finally woke up from his injuries. 80%, 30, 10, 89, 8, 3, 2/3, 10 to 1, 5 to 1. Only then did I truly understand all these years what kind of responsibility Elder Mu had been carrying. If only the Sun Moon Empire's war had started a few decades later. How wonderful that would have been. By then, you would have grown up, and I could have passed this burden on to you. Huo Yuhao replied. Elder Zhuan, this disciple, will definitely work hard to grow, and is willing to give everything for the academy. Afterwards, the two discussed the current situation of the continent for a while, and then Huo Yuhao returned to the Tang sect. Di Tia was actually no match for Yi Shishui. Could it be that Yi Shishui is the #1 person on the Douluo continent today? The strongest healing type soul master. Let's pick up where we left off. In the great battle with Di Tiang Yi Shishui, rushed into the Death God Tower. The Death God Tower instantly shone brightly. The wails of countless resentful spirits echoed all around. A resentment-powered version of the light of the Death God and the Dragon Flame fiercely collided with each other. It's not that Yi Shishui didn't want to unleash the full version of the light of the Death God. It's because the full version requires a long time to charge up spirits to fire. Its power is immense, but each shot consumes thousands of resentful spirits. However, the resentful spirits gathered on this Death God Tower already exceeded 100,000. What Huo Yuhao didn't know was that many of the resentful spirits on this Death God Tower were from the time he caused the great explosion in Mingdu, because that explosion allowed the Death God Tower to reach its peak, stepping into the threshold of a Class 10 soul tool. In this world, there will never be only one genius. Huo Yuhao is one, and so is Yi Shishui. After leaving Mu-En back then, she was disheartened and began researching soul tools in the Sun Moon Empire. After years of dedicated research, she gradually integrated her evil soul master abilities with soul tools, creating a unique path for herself as a soul engineer, based on her own formidable strength. And with the Holy Ghost cult as her backing, she became the most powerful soul engineer in the Sun Moon Empire, known as the Death God Douluo. At the same time, she is the supreme matriarch of the Holy Ghost cult. The current leader of the Holy Ghost cult, Zhongli Wu, is Yi Shishui's son. It can be said that Yi Shishui is the biggest power behind the scenes in the Sun Moon Empire. A massive dark explosion erupted between the black flame and the blood-colored resentment. The entire mountaintop was instantly razed to the ground. The Death God Tower rose into the air, transforming into a streak of red light, and flew towards the Sun Moon Empire. At the same time, streaks of blood-red light shot into the sky, forming strange patterns that pulsed in the air. In the distance, the soul tool formations set up by the Sun Moon Empire also erupted with a violent roar. Just now, the tidal Dao Luos of the Star Luo Empire took the opportunity to destroy them all. Immediately after streaks of golden light shot into the sky, it was time to send the signal to bring the main army forward. Huo Yuhao hovered quietly in the air, watching the blood-red light carry the Death God Tower away. He didn't pursue the beast god who had emerged from the void. Hovering beside him, Tia said with some dissatisfaction, "You've actually provoked such a powerful enemy. If I hadn't appeared in my true form to intimidate her, she probably wouldn't have left." Huo Yuhao replied, "You've already made me lose the opportunity to ascend to the God realm twice. Shouldn't you help me out at a critical moment? Besides, from the perspective of the soul beast, look, the unification of the human world would be even more disadvantageous for you. At that time, you would just become test subjects for the Sun Moon Empire. Therefore, maintaining a balance of power among the nations on the continent is what you'd most like to see, right?" Tia pondered for a moment before saying, "You cannot face enemies that are too powerful. If you hadn't withstood the light of the Death God before, allowing me to gain some understanding of it, and I hadn't deliberately chosen tactics to counter her, I wouldn't have been able to scare her away." He's right. It's impossible for my true form to descend here. Once she goes back and calms down, she realized that she was just intimidated by me today. This woman is very strong. If she hadn't separated from the Death God Tower earlier, but instead fought me while relying on it, even if my true form were here, I wouldn't be confident in defeating her. Hearing Tia say this, Huo Yuhao was greatly shocked. Even the proud beast god Tia said so. Just how strong was this Yi Shishui? With such an expert present, even if the Star Luo Empire had an army of hundreds of thousands, they would probably struggle to face her. This time you borrowed too much of my power. Your body can no longer bear it. Fortunately, there's a tenacious life force within you, seemingly from the same source as the life fox. This life force will help you recover gradually, but don't face her again next time. Otherwise, even I'm not confident I can save you. Your life is indeed very important to the Star Do Great Forest, but isn't it just as important to you? After saying this, Tia left. Huo Yuhao's skin instantly turned pale. Blood gushed from his body. He only felt a sharp pain throughout his body, and then he lost consciousness. When everyone arrived at the mountaintop, they saw that the mountain's peak had been lowered by at least 100 meters. Su Sanchi spotted Huo Yuhao at a glance, and immediately sprinted towards him. The others from Shrek also ran over. The collision on the peak earlier was too intense. They had no idea what had happened. The soul engineers from the Sun Moon Empire had all retreated, taking with them a large number of soul tools they could carry. When they gathered around Huo Yuhao, they saw him bleeding from all 7 orifices, with not a single trace of soul power fluctuation. Junior brother's life aura is extremely weak. Many of the meridians in his body are ruptured. Jing Ziyan was one of the calmer ones among them. "Seniors, is any of you skilled in healing? Please take a look at Yuhao." As soon as these words were spoken, everyone looked at each other in dismay. They were all combat-type soul masters, and couldn't help at all. The heartfelt Douluo said solemnly, Yuhao's injuries are severe. Don't move him. First go and coordinate with the army to take over the Mingdo mountain range. Could you go back? Immediately asked the marshal to dispatch soul masters skilled in healing. I'll watch over him here. The giant hammer Douluo agreed, and hurriedly flew away. Tang Wadong stood beside Huo Yuhao. She didn't break down crying like Higai. She just stood there with a dazed look in her eyes. Her mind kept replaying the scene of Huo Yuhao switching places with her just now. The healers arrived quickly, and it was Duke White Tiger who personally led the team. He brought a specialized healing squad. This healing squad was led by a healing type titled Douluo, along with 16 other soul masters skilled in healing. Earlier Dai Hao had been observing the battle from a distance. After seeing the light of the death god being blocked, he had already ordered the entire army to prepare for battle. Yi Gai and Non Kyuki clasped their hands before their chests, praying continuously in their hearts. Duke White Tiger said in a low voice, Yuhao will be fine. Everyone rest assured. The one treating him is Master Wang Xianer. She is an expert at the Super Douluo level. Hearing the name Wang Xianer, Su Sanchi smiled. Wang Xianer, Senior is known as the #1 healing type soul master of our time. Even our academy's Eldridge Wang is a generation behind Senior Wang in terms of seniority. Eldridge Wang once said that Senior Wang is the most powerful healing type soul master of this era. Her martial soul, the seraphim of healing. For healing and support types, it's extremely difficult to reach the title Douluo level, let alone becoming a Super Douluo. The medicine immortal Douluo Wang Xianer is one of the Star Luo Empire's most important trump cards. She is the deputy hall master of the Imperial Consecrated Hall. Her status is second only to the other Super Douluo of the Star Luo Empire. If even the medicine immortal Douluo can't save someone, then that person is basically sentenced to death. Wang Xianer raised her right hand. A faint green light turned into a glowing shroud and enveloped Huo Yuhao's body. This little fellow's injuries are very strange. Nearly all the meridians in his body are severed, but his major organs are all intact. Those severed meridians are all in a temporarily solidified state. The blood isn't flowing out. It seems some kind of power is slowly self-repairing them. This situation is truly unheard of. Dai Hao hurriedly asked, then what should we do? How do we treat him? The medicine immortal Douluo shook her head. No need to treat him. Hearing her say this, everyone gasped in shock at the same time. The medicine immortal Douluo said there's no need for treatment. Doesn't that mean she sentenced Huo Yuhao to death? The medicine immortal Douluo waved her hand. Don't misunderstand. When I said no treatment is needed, it's because he should be able to recover on his own. It will just take a rather long time. I will stimulate the life force within his body and try to inject some extra life force into him to speed up his self-healing. After hearing Wang Xianer's explanation, everyone breathed a huge sigh of relief. A light flashed in Wang Xianer's eyes, and her pupils instantly turned emerald green. 5 pairs of emerald green wings slowly unfurled from her back. With each pair of wings that appeared on her back, some of her wrinkles would disappear, making her look younger. When the 5th pair of wings appeared, she had transformed from an old woman into what looked like an 18 or 19-year-old girl. Her eyes were bright and captivating, beautiful and charming. She raised her right hand and pressed it down towards Huo Yuhao. A rich green light slowly gathered. Huo Yuhao's body gradually lit up. Spakes of green light shone, and a gentle life aura cleansed his body. A black stream of energy slowly drifted out from Huo Yuhao. Suddenly Huo Yuhao's eye of destiny lit up, frantically devouring the medicine immortal Douluo's released life aura. The medicine immortal Douluo was greatly surprised. What is this? Could it be the source of power within his body that's protecting him? Although the medicine immortal Douluo was surprised, she still increased the output of her life force. She was different from ordinary people. Everyone has their own life force. If it's overconsumed, they will age and die. But what she controlled was the power to control life itself. He can extract life force from the air to complete the healing. In places where life force is more abundant, his power will be even stronger. For example, in the Star Do Great Forest, his healing ability can rise by a whole level. If he could reach Ditia, where the flame of life is located, then his healing ability could even rise to the level of a limit Douluo. The emerald green light emitted by Huo Yuhao became increasingly intense. At first it was only within his eye of destiny, but it gradually spread throughout his body. Under the effect of the dense life force, his previous state of being frozen to death showed significant improvement. 1000. It was the first time he had seen this kind of healing method on Huo Yuhao's body, committing them to memory. For him this was also a new experience. Suddenly another change occurred in Huo Yuhao. An intense surge of emerald green light was released from his body. The intense life force poured into Wang Qian'er's body. Wang Qian'er was stunned for a moment. Immediately after he felt this surge of life force, it was extremely pure, much purer than his own soul power. He had a feeling that he was about to level up. The window to advance from level 95 to level 96 seemed to be gradually opening for him.
在生命力越旺盛的地方，他的实力就会越强。譬如在星斗大森林之中，那么他的治疗能力就能上升一个档次。如果他能够到达帝天所在的生命之湖，那么他的治疗能力甚至能上升到极限斗罗的水准。霍雨浩散发出的碧绿色光芒变得越来越强盛，从刚开始只是在命运之眼内，渐渐蔓延到全身。在浓郁的生命力作用下，他先前濒死的状态得到了明显的改善。一仙斗罗王仙儿暗暗点头，他还是第一次见到这种治疗案例，默默地将霍雨浩身上的变化铭记于心，这对他来说也算是一种体验。突然，霍雨浩身上又出现变化了，一股浓烈的碧绿色光芒从他身上释放出来，浓烈的生命力朝着王仙儿体内反复而入。王仙儿先是一愣，紧接着他就感受到了这股生命力十分纯粹，比他的魂力还要纯粹许多。他有一种要晋级的感觉，从95级向96级迈进的窗口似乎已经向他渐渐开启。